What's up guys, Captain Zeus here, bringing you folks another Dominate the Game. This time I'm going to be featuring a very unconventional player, someone who's not really played a lot, and it's going to be Mordekaiser. So with Mordekaiser, I'm going to be going over why would you want to play Mordekaiser, how to play Mordekaiser, when to play Mordekaiser, how personally I play Mordekaiser, and how to be successful in your games with Mordekaiser. So as of right now in the current meta, Mordekaiser is a very strong pick. That is because right now a lot of the mid laners are this assassin type mid laners such as Ahri, Zed, and Fizz. And Mordekaiser will naturally counter these people because his passive makes him naturally tanky and his ability to dish out a lot of damage as well. Alright, to go more into this with you guys, I'm going to go over each and every one of Mordekaiser's skills. So his passive is going to be called Iron Man, which is a percent of the damage dealt from abilities is converted into a temporary shield absorbing incoming damage. So what this means is whenever Mordekaiser does damage with his Q, W, E, or R, he's going to get a temporary shield underneath his health bar that's going to be in white, and this will absorb damage coming in from enemy auto attacks or any sort of incoming damage coming into Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's Q is a Mace of Spades, and what it is, it's a melee attack, and whenever he hits someone with it, it can also go out to 3 other enemies, or if the enemy is alone, it'll do a lot more single target damage to them, which you've seen above in the clip, the Heimerdinger clip. Mordekaiser's W is going to be called Creeping Death, and what this does, it puts a cloud of metal around him or any allied target that he chooses, and what it does is it increases their armor and magic resist while also doing damage to them. It's kind of like putting a Sunfire Cape on any allied target that he chooses. Mordekaiser's E is going to be Siphon of Destruction, and this is pretty much Mordekaiser's bread and butter tool right here. This is what he's going to be using to last hit, to farm, to poke enemy champions as well in lane. And what it does in a cone that you see on the screen, it's going to put out damage anywhere to any enemy target inside of that cone. And his ultimate is going to be called Children of the Grave. So this puts that creepy Mordekaiser head above the target that you choose. It instantly gives you Spellbound back, and as it does more damage to them, it gives you health back as well. So this is like one of the tools you can use to really turn around a fight. When the other enemy thinks they're going to win, you can use this, boom, instantly get health back. So in playing Mordekaiser, when you're going to trade with someone or you know you're going to get in a 1v1 with someone and you're going to fight, you generally want to have your W on yourself, and then you want to E and Q them and then pop your ult with Ignite on them. So that's how you pretty much want to combo with Mordekaiser. So not only does Mordekaiser do well against this assassin mid lane because his passive makes him naturally tanky and he's allowed to do a lot of damage, but a lot of these assassins like to roam. This is Ezreal, so not really an assassin, but he's doing the same concept that other assassins would do. They're going to roam. So what you do is when Ezreal roams bot, I make him pay for it. He's going to lose a lot of CS, he's going to lose a lot of farm, and he's going to lose his tower, trading for 1 kill on a support. Overall, I definitely wanted to trade there, and Ezreal definitely paid a lot more of a price there, and so did his whole team, because I got global gold for our whole team as well with the tower. So personally, how I play Mordekaiser is like a fast push Mordekaiser. So I'm going to use all of my skills on the minion wave, push it as hard as I can to the enemy tower, and force the enemy mid laners to not roam. Because if we just trade in a 1v1 but just farming equally, overall I'm going to come out ahead of the trade because Mordekaiser's late game is incredibly strong. So you can try that too, you know, force the enemy mid laner to stay mid, and also if you force all the minion waves to the tower, not every mid laner can farm perfectly under tower when there's minions there. So most likely they will miss a few CS from you doing this as well. The only caution I give you while doing this is early levels. I wouldn't push too hard because you can get ganked very early and that can pretty much just lose the whole game for you right there. If you get ganked early and the enemy mid laner gets ahead, that's pretty much all she wrote because your fast push won't matter because he's just going to be able to outtrade you anyways. So be careful and ward. So although Mordekaiser is a great pick, unfortunately he's not going to work inside of every single team comp. What you really need for Mordekaiser to work is a team comp where either you have a lot of CC or the enemy doesn't have a lot of CC. Like for example, you just saw Sona there, she was able to lock down Caitlyn long enough for me to ult and nuke her so I could get the kill off of her. And that's also who you want to ult in every team fight, is mostly the enemy AD carry. So the reason why Mordekaiser fails in these team comps is because Mordekaiser has absolutely no CC at all. He has no slow, no stun, no nothing. So in order for him to work, he needs to be able to get onto his high priority targets. So the enemy team has a lot of CC, there's no way you're going to get to the enemy AD carry or the AP mid if they're positioned properly. As well as if your team doesn't have enough CC, there's no way you're going to be able to get to them as well. In the end, you're just going to end up getting kited around and it's going to be just a really frustrating mess for you. So I really recommend you playing Mordekaiser in a team that has a lot of CC. Alright, now let's talk runes and masteries. For runes, on Mordekaiser, I'm going to run Magic Pen Reds, Ability Power per level Blues, Ability Power Quints, and Health per level Yellows. I use health for level yellows instead of armor or something, for example, because Mordekaiser's all of his skills cost health, so this in turn is kind of like giving him more abilities to use. And I use ability power blues instead of MR blues because, like Faker, I like to go all in and just do straight damage. And for masteries, I'm going to be running 2190, taking all of the AP masteries down the offensive side of the tree, and then for the defense, either switching between armor and MR depending on who you're playing against in lane. Alright, so building Mordekaiser, you want to build your Sork Boots, and the first item you generally want to get is Spirit of the Spectral Wraith because it gives you cooldown reduction so you can spam your skills some more, as well as give you the spell vamp so you can become even more tanky and lifesteal even more back. You want to build Leandries and Rylai's as well because those do the slow and the burn over time. You can also put your W on the target and use it kind of as a slow for them. And you also want to build DFG because you get extra nuke potential and Rabadons for even more damages. Alright, with doing all these things, soon enough you'll be one of the best Mordekaisers in the world, farming every single minion that comes into your lane and taking every single kill, and soon you'll be dominating the game with Mordekaiser. Anyways guys, if you liked it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. This is Captain Zeus saying peace out.
My life is a party.